There's a lot of different information that's out there. I tend to teach from an Italian background, okay? And that's going to change the names of the guards slightly.
But they're similar.
The guards themselves are actually very similar. So, for instance, this guard, which you may have heard is called the woman's guard in Italian, right? It's called the wrathful guard in German.
The wrathful guard?
This is the guard of wrath. This is Zornhood. Now,
We actually got it as the
Vom Tag.
Okay.
Now, this could be considered a Vom Tag, but generally, in German, Vom Tag has the point more upwards and less backwards.
But she said
right?
holding it like a baseball.
Right. But, so, traditionally, for German, Vom Tag is held somewhere up and above the shoulders, but by the time you start to see this specific position, they call this now Zornhood, because it throws the Zorn Howl, which is the wrathful guard and the wrathful strike. In Italian, it's called the woman's guard, and they don't have this guard in specific. There's not a lot of differences between them. So now we start to see how complex guard systems can be. So I try not to confuse people, so the first thing I generally ask most people is, what do you want to learn? Would you rather learn the Italian or would you rather learn the German? Because I can teach both. Around here, most of the people go by the Italian systems because that's what their background is in. But in San Diego, in Calafia, everybody's coming from a German background. So what you have to understand is if you choose Italian for here, because it's more convenient here, it's going to be less convenient when you start talking to people. But in the end, it all gets you to the same spot, because nothing's really that different. That make sense? Okay. So, what would you like?
We're going to go with the Italian.
All right, we're going to go with the Italian.
When in Italy, do as the Italians.
Do as the Italians.
Rome was in Italy. Still is.
I'm going to teach you 4 guards, just to clarify everything. No, 5 guards, because you already have them. I'm going to give you the names of those 5 guards, and we're going to make that body position. Okay? But the first thing, and the most important thing there's 2 most important things you're going to do when you're sword fighting. The first is hold your sword. Okay? The way we hold our sword is not like an axe, or a bat, or a club. We hold our sword like the precision instrument it is. This is just a very long sushi knife. Okay? And you would never cut your sushi by gripping it like it's a hammer. Right? How do you hold a knife? Gently. So the first thing we're going to do is hold our sword like it's a knife. So I want you to imagine that your sword is a knife. I'll take off my hair.
No, that's perfect. That was
I'm gonna
perfect.
take off my gloves. I don't need them. Ready?
Yes.
That's how we hold a sword. It's a knife. Notice that the back of my hand is in line with the back of the sword. I'm not holding it with my thumb in line with the sword. Okay? Then this hand's going to rest lightly on the back. And it's going to move quite a bit. But this is the most important thing. We're not gripping the sword like it's a bat. It's actually a precision tool. This is going to help us with thrusting. And as we cut, we can open and close our hand in order to activate the turning action of that cut. So I just want you to practice that. Just loosen the hand and move your feet however you want to move it to support it. But I want you to think about making arcs with the blade and keeping the sword moving fluidly in that hand. Every time you come to the middle, though, I want you to smack something. Right? So I'm going to smack that, smack that, smack it, smack it, smack it, smack it, smack it. All right? Good. Right? That's the most important thing we're ever going to do. Because if we can't hold our sword, we can't move our sword, we can't fight with a sword. The second most important thing is we're going to stand on our feet. Okay? We can't do anything if our feet don't move with us. The feet control the fight. The hands are going to do the same thing every time. Whether it's upwards or downwards, the hands don't change very much. The feet control the fight. How we stand and how we move with our feet determine how we respond to our opponent. Okay? So, first and foremost, we are athletes and we're combatants. We want to stand like we're ready to strike our opponent and that we're going to punch them as hard as we can. You don't punch while standing on your heels, right? We're going to stand like boxers. How do boxers stand? They stand on the balls of their feet, right? Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to create strength and stability in our stance. So all we're going to do is we're going to stand on the balls of those feet like we're a boxer. We're holding our sword like it's a knife, but strongly, like it's this hand should be strong, right? And then we're just going to then we're going to stand it with our feet. Yeah, I always like to do this. All you're going to do is take one foot. In this case, we're going to take you're right-handed? So we'll take our right foot, and we're going to drop our right foot straight back from where it is. And put it down on the ball of the foot. Okay? Notice I did not touch the line with my right foot. You didn't either, and that's good. My feet are going to stay on opposite sides of the line. Right? Now when I move, I'm going to transition. I'm going to step forward with my right foot. I'm going to put it down on the ball of the foot. I'm going to allow my back foot to rotate on the ball of the foot. I'm going to be strong and stable like a boxer. Stay like a boxer. Right? But notice that I haven't rotated across the line. My hips are still in the same direction as I started from. The hips should still be straight. So I'm going to take another step. Right on the ball of that foot, and then another step right on the ball of that foot, right? And then we go backwards. We go backwards. Notice that we never land on our heels, right? We're also not crossing the line, right? We're just moving forwards and forwards. This will create strength and stability along the straight line, whereas if I do this and then this, now I don't have any strength along the line. I'm now facing him. Hi. Right? I'm not facing the fight anymore. I want to be here. Okay? So this is how we're going to move. We're going to move with straight steps. Like that. Eventually, we're going to add to that 2 more types of steps. Okay? One is very simple. We're back in our stance. We're in our box. Our knees are bent. All we're going to do is we're going to make an advancing step this time without changing our feet. We're going to pick up the front foot and we're going to put it down again a little bit further forwards. We're just going to allow our back foot to travel with us. We just stay in that same guard. You notice I'm not doing a classical fencing advance in which I would place my heel and roll. I stay on the balls of my feet the whole time. It's a simple advancing and a simple retreating step. Right? The retreating step is the same way. I pick up my back foot, put it down, move my front foot. Back foot, put it down. The fun thing about these advancing and retreating steps is I can go anywhere with them. Right? I can go diagonally with them. Advance. 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 I can go diagonally backwards. Right? I can go anywhere I want with these advancing and retreating steps, as long as I'm moving everything together. What you don't want, one foot going one way, the other foot going the other way. Right? Now all of a sudden you've crossed up, you're twisted, you can't move. So you have to complete your steps. Passing steps, advancing, and retreating steps. Okay? Let's just practice that. Just a little bit.